Crashout, term that's been going around to describe when someone's essentially reached their breaking point and snap. And would you know it, cartoons have depicted this no better than other. Is that even how the saying goes? Nonetheless, here are some of the most notable, in this case, Crashouts in animation, or even just in any show for that matter. And there's no particular list. This is just gonna be mine. Try to look for ones that haven't been talked about. Unfortunately, you won't find any ChatGPT picks here on this list. So if you're watching, you guys could subscribe to the video. So let's go.
Yeah, he's done.
Spongebob is one of the nicest characters, not just in the show, but in cartoons in general. So seeing him mad, even in the slightest, is pretty jarring, understandably. I mean, just look at Mr. Krabs' reaction. Speaking of, we all know the infamous line, "We're not talking about this, right, this," and then he scribbles a bunch of lines. It's pretty funny that they use dumb, money, gold digger, fake love to describe, like, that kind of plot to showcase SpongeBob's inner anger and just outrage. I mean, he was essentially cussing, it's basically by Mrs. Puff, but it's pretty funny how Mr. Krabs is tolerant of SpongeBob and Mrs. Puff can't stand him. Pretty funny. It's like two sides when you think about it, I guess. I mean, bosses and teachers are kind of similar, right? I don't know. Do you know? Let me know in the comments down below. I didn't mean for this to turn to a beast. I was like, goddamn. I got standards. Diamond Ned Flanders. Ned Flanders. Pretty underrated cartoon neighbor. Or character, however you want to say it. The basis for the love-hate relationship. Or at least one of the bases. I can't deny it. Homer Loves Flanders is one of the funniest episodes of The Simpsons. Y'all should rewatch it. But, speaking of Flanders, the first time he crashes out was very, very shocking to say the least. Especially because it happened in season 7, which is pretty far into the Simpsons series. Considering that that's only like, what, 2 seasons before people consider the show to kind of dip in quality. I mean, it certainly took him a long time to explain the backstory even to why Ned is so kind in the first place. Because apparently his therapeutic treatment, which was like some cringy, creepy, like probably illegal, like it was some weird shit, right? But it worked too good apparently, which led to Ned bubbling up all his feelings with some idiotic diddlies and fiddlies until it just, he couldn't take it no more. Essentially, he crashed out and snaps at the, essentially the whole crew of Simpsons. What's also interesting is that, though it's probably not too surprising anymore, another scene of this was cut out from this episode. And would you guess it? It's this scene. How and why could this have been taken out or be seen as offensive? Or maybe they just thought it was pointless? I mean, like this video if you agree that going back and changing something from the past is stupid, especially something as pointless as that. So I guess that's a bonus fact for y'all, that there's also a stupidly deleted scene in that. It's so fucking pointlessly dumb. It kind of pisses me off, saddens me. Ned is like the best character, but a lot of his scenes get cut. Even his voice actor. Is one of the best children's shows of all time. You have to admit that. And one of the characters is obviously Double D. Usually everyone I met's favorite character. Understandably due to his politeness, empathy, and overall self-awareness, especially in comparison to the other Eds, which is also why even the cul-de-sac usually tend to hang around with him and be cool with him, because he's just that damn nice. In the final, well, I guess series premiere of the show, our trio of boys are going on a journey, of course. Without spoiling too much, or really any of the movie, let me just say halfway through their journey, one of their arguments gets a little out of hand and taken too far, to the point where Double D reconsiders and even wonders why they're friends in the first place. It's really hard. And Eddie, thinking it's a joke at first, doesn't even care until he sees that Double D is for real, which causes him to break down. And that was a very emotional scene in the movie, man. I gotta tell you one thing, this is very powerful because I'm pretty sure we've all felt like this, not just towards friends, but anyone for that matter, so it definitely deserves to be on here. What a way to end this series. You still think Double D was a girl.